2008, the year before K-pop truly exploded onto the world stage. This year bridged the gap between K-pop being a niche to the world and slowly going overseas. So let's explore a time where groups such as Big Bang, Girls' Generation, and Kara were promising up-and-comers, while groups such as EXO and BTS were still in the distant future. So join me as we rewind to the K-pop past in 2008. The first group we have to talk about is none other than TVXQ. Even if you're just a casual fan of K-pop music, you've definitely heard of TVXQ. They were the Michael Jordan back then of K-pop. In fact, if you said that 2008 was the year of TVXQ, you'd have no complaints from me. If you think that Big Bang, EXO, and BTS have huge fandoms and are insanely popular today, which they are, TVXQ's fandom was huge back then. The level of fame and popularity they had back then was just immense. 2008 can actually be called their pinnacle year, as one of their songs, Neurotic, was one of the biggest songs in K-pop history to date. The song sold over 4 million copies worldwide, and it's won 9 #1 music awards on various music shows. They also broke into the Japanese market during this time and became a huge success there. In fact, the RIAJ, the Record Industry Association of Japan, awarded TVXQ a gold certification. That's how big they were in Japan in 2008. TVXQ was the first male group to be invited to the Japanese end-of-the-year music show called the Kohaku Utagassen. And this is a big deal because only the highest-selling Japanese artists get invited to the show. And for TVXQ to be invited showed the immense popularity of the group while also showing the K-pop's potential in the upcoming years. Rain was another big singer in 2008. In fact, he had a very funny public spat with comedian-turned-talk show host Stephen Colbert. In 2007, to many Americans, it felt like Rain came out of nowhere to capture Time Magazine's most popular celebrity in the world, beating Stephen Colbert by 100,000 votes. Rain was #1, and Stephen Colbert was #2. So in 2008, Stephen Colbert made this parody. He's singing in Korean, based off Rain's song, Ways to Avoid the Sun. In fact, furthering their rivalry, Stephen Colbert invited Rain to do a dance-off to a DDR machine. There's a link in the description below to their dance-off. Take a look when you have time. Rain was also popular during this time for his song, Rainism, a catchy hit that got massive praise, and also a ban from some Korean networks for being too overly sexual and racy. Another male solo singer that was popular during this time was Seven. And to some circles, Seven was seen as Rain's rival. Unfortunately, Seven didn't get as much international fame as Rain did, but some people overseas started to take note that Korea has some strong male performers in Rain and Seven. Gummy was another popular solo singer coming from YG at the time, and was popular around this time with fellow R&B singer Lin. We also can't talk about 2008 without talking about one of the queens of J-pop and K-pop, BoA. Like Rain and Seven, was also planning on going to the US, and she did with a song called Eat You Up. Now, while it didn't do as well, people started to notice BoA. BoA started having international fans in Western countries during this time, and Eat You Up showed a lot of BoA's pop dance singing, as well as her awesome dance choreography skills. And some people in Western media also called her the Asian Janet Jackson, which, in some senses, I can see. They've both been in the music industry for a long time since they were kids, and they were both multi-talented. This year also represented Big Bang's big breakout. Now, while TVXQ were still the kings of K-pop, you knew there was something special with Big Bang ever since their debut in 2006. And in 2008, they came out with the song Haru Haru, which was an instant hit. In fact, Big Bang won their second Artist of the Year award. And for such a young group that's only been around for 2 years, that's really impressive. Many people were predicting Big Bang would be the next big super male group. And they were right. In the upcoming years, Big Bang would totally explode. Big Bang also went into the Japanese market this year and became an instant hit among Japanese fans. We can say that 2008 was the year why many Japanese fans continue to love Big Bang today. It was this year that solidified Big Bang as one of the popular groups in Japan. And if that doesn't impress you enough about Big Bang, consider this. At the end of 2008, it was reported that Big Bang made a total of $34.5 million. That is incredible, especially for a group that's only been around for 2 years. Moving on, we have to talk about the Wonder Girls. Now, the Wonder Girls were the queens of K-pop during this time. In fact, they had the trifecta of songs that they were known for. The 7 song Tell Me, as well as the 2008 song So Hot and Nobody. Nobody was so popular during this time, many non-K-pop fans knew the song as well in Korea. Wonder Girls were basically the girls' generation before Girls' Generation in 2009. You can say that the Wonder Girls were the new age girl group that many other female groups would follow, such as Girls' Generation, Kara, Sister, 4 Minute, and so many others. The 5 girls also won one of the most prestigious awards called the Day Song for their song Nobody. And with the Wonder Girls' popularity at an all-time high in 2008, JYP also had visions of making the Wonder Girls a global phenomenon, and this would foreshadow the Wonder Girls going on a tour with the Jonas Brothers next year in 2009. Moving on, I have to mention Lee Hyori. Now, Lee Hyori isn't much of a singer, she's more of a model, but she was known as the It Girl during this time until late 2010. Now, she did release a song called You Go Girl. Now, it's not going to win any Daysong Awards, but it was a catchy song. Being part of the It Girl means that you're going to be on a lot of advertisements, and a lot of people here drink soju and alcohol, and she was in all of them, making her instantly recognizable to many of the Korean public. And lastly, I'd like to talk about some of the new groups that were emerging during this time. In addition to the aforementioned groups such as Big Bang, Kara, and Girls' Generation, there are other singers that debuted during this time that you'd see their presence felt just a couple years later. Singers such as IU, SHINee, U-KISS, Davichi, and my favorite group named at the time, 2AM and 2PM. And you can even say that 2008 had some of the most influential singers that would aid in the Hallyu explosion from 2009 to 2011. So that about wraps up our K-pop history lesson in 2008. It was great reminiscing about that time. I truly loved K-pop in 2008. It's one of my favorite years in modern K-pop history. It's over to you guys. What did you guys think about 2008? Who are your favorite singers that debuted during this time? I'd love to hear your take in the comments below. And if you guys want to grab our upcoming ebook on K-pop journalism, please sign up to our email list. It's free, and by signing up for the email list, you can also have a direct way to talk to me and talk more about in-depth K-pop. And who doesn't like to talk about in-depth K-pop? And with that being said, we'll see you in the next video. Take it easy, guys.